My name's Richard Latham. I'm a principal lecturer at the University of East London. I'm the programme leader for our Surveying and Mapping Sciences programme, and I teach many aspects of surveying and mapping sciences for our surveying students and for our civil engineering students. Surveying is involved in all aspects of land ownership and land development, and it's the start of most work. But in most projects, surveying is very important because surveyors are the first people to arrive on a site. They're there before anybody else is there, before the architects, before the engineers, and before the planners are there. They are there throughout the duration of the project, and then they are there right at the end of the project, after things are finished and after everybody else has gone. The surveyors are there to finish off and to make sure that what has been built in the right place. Surveying's really gone on, I suppose, in many aspects, almost as long as people have needed to know where things are. But if we look back in history, there's certainly evidence of surveying going on in ancient Egypt and ancient Mesopotamia. Anywhere where people have been owning land and have been wanting to know where things are, they've been recording it on maps and on plans and using that to help them build things and build things in the right place and to farm the land. I imagine the first person, though, who used surveying was probably a hunter who was out there, and somebody said to him, "Where have you seen where there's good food?" And in the sand he drew a little map. As you move from one country to another, and we might not speak the same language, but we speak the same language when it comes to the work that we're doing on the land and in helping people to use that land. Our graduates do find work fairly easily because there is a shortage of surveyors. But those surveyors go into many jobs. They work for companies like Canary Wharf, who are building and developing both at Canary Wharf site, but also some of the other big iconic projects in London. The Cheese Grater, the current developments at Shell House, Battersea Power Station redevelopment. All of those sites our students have found work on. And one big project where surveying is being used is on the Battersea Power Station development and on the Northern Line extension down to Battersea. And those are really quite important projects that surveyors are involved in alongside engineers.
My name is Varjassy. I'm a junior land surveyor, and I've been working here more than 1 year, and I graduated from the University of East London.
Hello, my name is Oscar. I am a land surveyor as well. I've been working here a couple of years already. I'm a member of the team of FLO.
Hi, this is Carmen Caballero. I work here for the Northern Line Extension project as a senior land surveyor. I did my degree back in Spain in geomatical surveying. When a project is going to be carried out, like architects and designers, they need the real status before commence the project. So it's where we are going with our scan, and we do like an as-built survey, and we get a point cloud and a 3D model of all the relevant information that they are going to need.
And basically with this equipment, what we do is record the environment. We are measuring the environment. With the laser scanner, you could find like faster, I think it's faster actually, and with another equipment, but as the total station is a little bit slower. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's made for the same reason, for the same purpose.
This is the instrument. It's a bit heavy. So the instrument has some mirror inside, which and then it rotates 360, and then the mirror itself is rotating as well 360. So the composition of both movements make it take like a kind of a dome, so a sphere of everything. So we can record every object if we do it now in this room, for example. And we are going to record single points depending on the density that we can program, and every single point will have coordinates, east and northern level, and it will have an RGB value. The RGB value is going to be taken from the camera, because the scan has also a camera that takes pictures. So you will have like a real scenario with real dimensions once the scan is finished. We need to do different setups depending on the dimensions of the area. And then once we have everything, we process the data in the computer and we obtain like a 3D big model altogether.
I think that's one of the keys of surveying, that it's somehow universal. So you've had the chance to go to many places, to different places, without not knowing the culture of these places. You don't need it. It's a very technical business. You don't need actually to be very good at speaking or something like that. You just need to go and do your job, which is similar in every country.
It's very important when you work in a big industry. They mostly hire people who study, who's got a degree, who's got qualifications. It's very important, because if you have a qualification, you can promote it, you can develop your career. If you don't have, if you just give you training, so you will be remain as assistants as long as the company wants you.
I wanted to build things, I think. I wanted to be part of those massive buildings, of those massive bridges, I wanted to be part of those things. And I wasn't sure about architecture, I was civil engineer, so at the end I chose land surveying. When I started, I wasn't really sure about what I was doing, but now I'm really, really happy about the choice I did. It is true that sometimes it's difficult for the weather conditions, but it's true that it's not boring at all, because one day you are in the office, other day you are on field, one day you are in a tunnel, another day you are in the middle of the countryside, and then you have different options every time. So that's what I like.
Every aspect of human activity has been using maps and plans and charts at sea. And if we want to make good use of the land and the sea, and we want to make proper use of our resources, and we want to make sustainable use of our resources, we have to use the land and the earth in an effective way. And to do that, we need to know the details about the earth's surface. And to do that, we need maps and we need plans of that. And on the engineering point of view, we need very good details about where things are and how things are built. As we move towards more sustainable construction and we move towards prefabrication off-site, very often we need to know very precisely where things are to enable them to be built in the right place. So all of those make surveying a very important job to do, and make it more important as we move on and we develop the earth and its resources.